All right.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another night of Valorant here. I'm joined alongside my very good friend and co-host Estro. Estro, would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Estro. I am a part of the Youngstown Yetis. I was previously a part of the Erie Isles. I transferred, but I am genuinely excited for the start of season 3. I'm really excited actually. I've been looking forward to this. I feel like it's been forever since I've competed or casted, but I am really excited and looking forward to it. Um, it's looking like tonight we're gonna have Harrisburg and Armada playing tonight. Do you want to talk about season 2 and the end of season 2, anything like that, so on and so forth?
Oh yeah, absolutely. What a great inaugural season we had for Valorant. I take it as a great success that just watching as we progressed throughout the season. As a company in general, we got better as we went along, and I think that it all culminated into a very fine finale. Which we had the Altoona Steam against the Greensburg Guardians, and ultimately, finally somebody was able to dethrone Altoona that just won out the entire season up until the finals, where Greensburg was finally able to figure them out a little bit there and come away with the win in the championship.
Yeah, that was an absolutely crazy series. I mean, it was fun to watch. It was fun to cast. It was definitely, it didn't turn out how I expected. I really thought that Altoona Steam was going to come out with the win, but Greensburg showed up and they were ready to play, and they played like they wanted that championship and they earned it. I mean, they busted their butts. They definitely did a lot of practice beforehand. They came in ready. I'm really looking forward to seeing Altoona Steam and Greensburg play again. I'm definitely looking forward to all of the new teams. So we have joining the esports company as well. We have Utica Muskrats, the Montclair Rams, the Annandale Aviators, the Frederick Colonials, and Youngstown Yetis. I mean, this is going to be a blast. I'm genuinely looking forward to it. Tonight, we are only going to stream the Harrisburg Armada and the Utica Muscat series. It's going to be a best of 3. I'm really looking forward to it. Do you want to talk about predictions? I mean, even though we have no info about these players, how they play, their mains, anything like that, do you want to talk about predictions or anything like that?
Oh, absolutely. I could actually make a prediction. I am familiar with excuses. I did play against him last season. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he played for the Scranton Storm. I could be wrong with the actual team that he played for, but I'm pretty sure that was the team. And I mean, this guy's pretty incredible. He does it all. He plays one of the duelist roles for him. I've seen him play Raze, Phoenix, and Jet. He was one of the few. He led his team to at least a round win against Altoona, which I think that they were the first team to actually beat Altoona in a round last season. So, he's going to be the guy I got my eyes on for this match, because he really just sets a high benchmark for the type of talent that that we're looking for and you expect to come around. But I'm interested to see how they mesh as a team. Both of these teams are brand new. See what kind of work that they put in. I just seeing in the Valorant chat, in Discord there. Everybody's looking for scrimmages and whatnot. So a lot of the teams didn't take the off season off. They went right back to work. So I'm interested to see how well prepared these new teams are.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing new players, new faces. Looking forward to see everybody's potential. I mean, it's going to be a very exciting season. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to casting more games. Looking forward to just watching people play. I mean, the meta has changed a lot now that they've added a new agent and whatnot. I think this is going to be absolutely nuts. I think I don't think that we're going to see any Yoru tonight, but I might be wrong. But if we do see Yoru tonight, I'm genuinely looking forward to it because you can pull off some big brain plays with that man. So I'm really looking forward to seeing some Yoru gameplay. If it does happen, awesome. If it doesn't, oh well. But like I said, I am very much looking forward to seeing these new players and seeing how they do, and seeing the power rankings and whatnot for this season. So on and so forth. I'm really excited about the season. I'm ready to get into it. I'm ready to watch some gameplay. I'm ready to watch some people pop some heads. So
Yeah,
I'm ready to get into it.
Definitely, definitely. So, I mean, it looks like first up on the docket here tonight, we're going to have Bind with Utica. They're going to be taking the defender side first, attacking side. Obviously going to be the Harrisburg Armada. So, Bind's a map where, it's feast or famine. Some teams are good at it, and some teams are just okay at it. So, and this is one that tends to be played an awful lot in the series. Is that it's one of the favorite maps throughout just the whole community as well. So uh, it is going to be a big, exclamation point to the beginning of the sentence, actually, as that we jump right into the
All right,
season
are we ready
here.
for the player spotlight?
Yes, we are.
Yes, sir.
Ready already. Alrighty, I'm here. Seth
Yes.
here, the eSport Company. Of course, we do this every single stream right before the game starts. We shout out the captains of these fine teams. Again, Harrisburg Armada, Utica, Muskrats. Let's start with the Harrisburg Armada co-captains. We have Goaty from York, PA. Favorite character in Valorant is Omen, and a variety streamer. So content galore. That's what I love, and that's what Goaty loves to do as well. So that is Goaty getting on the Harrisburg Armada co-captain. Look for them in tonight's matchup. Also, the co-captain for Armada is Vengeful. His in-game name is Arma from Pickerston. Ooh, that one's, I probably butchered that. Ohio. So I'm not sure, but that's where he's from, Ohio. And favorite character again, Omen. Omen's a popular pick, it seems like. And favorite thing. Oh my! Can I read my writing? Oh, never had ginger beer. How about that, Coop? Have you ever had ginger beer before? I've never heard ginger beer. What about you guys?
I absolutely have had ginger beer. Mainly, in my previous days of the drinking alcohol, that it's one of the main ingredients to Moscow mules. So
Okay.
I have had it before.
Alrighty.
I've never had a ginger beer. Recently, it's been. I had some cognac for the first time the other day. Woo!
Alrighty. So hey, ginger beer. Might have to try it. Thank you, Arma, for putting us on it. We'll definitely have to give you some feedback. Let's go over to Utica Muskrats before we get this game started. Unknown, in-game name TGN Unknown. Again, represented Utica Muskrats from New York. Favorite character again, you guessed it, Omen. Student anime voice actor is an interesting fact about Unknown. So take it what you want, but that's pretty interesting, I feel like. So those are the player spotlights. Again, Unknown is the captain of the Utica Muskrats. Watch them in-game right now. Goaty and also Arma for the Harrisburg Armada. So, casters, back to you. Coop, I think we're ready to go. Tonight's matchup, Valorant Division 1. Let's get right into it. Let's get hyped.
Yeah, let's go, guys. So, like I said, first up, we got Bind on the docket. A lot of people really love the Omen here, but the fact of the matter is he was recently nerfed. So I'm interested to see if some of these Omen picks end up turning around, and being leaning more towards Brimstone with the increased amount of smoke time that they get. So, what are your thoughts on the Omen nerf there, Estro?
I think it's absolutely nuts. I don't think it was necessary at all. I think it's gonna make him. I mean, the reason why they did it is because of his pick rate, which is his pick rate was absolutely nuts. I think it was like 97%. But I think it's definitely gonna make him a little more unusable, mainly because of econ situations. So I'm excited to see. I mean, people are still gonna pick him either way, just because he's such a good character. Like, I mean, his flash is really good. His smoke's really good. I mean, not only that, like his smokes regenerate over time, which is huge. So I know that he's still gonna be picked, but I think that his nerf is completely unnecessary. To be completely honest, but it is what it is. I'm still excited to see some gameplay. I'm ready to hop into this game. I'm ready to get some headshots. You know what I'm saying?
Select your agent.
So let's take a look here at excuses. Immediately locks in Euro. Your thoughts on that?
Oh, I'm excited, man. I mean, I'm sure he's been practicing. I'm sure he's already got the lineups. I'm sure he's already got the big brain plays locked down. So I'm really looking forward to it. But I mean, I just hope he doesn't let me down, man.
Right. Yeah, so it looks like here for the Utica Muskrats, just the rundown of what they got going on. They got an Omen, a Reyna, a Jet, a Yoru, and a Sova. And the Harrisburg Armada is going to be entering the battlefield here with a Raze, an Omen, a Cypher, a Reyna, and who was our last one? And another Sova. A little bit more traditional for set up for them. And it looks like it says that it's still on Illinois here, but
Which I don't think it wouldn't let me change the server. Like on my screen, it was like going back and forth between like Illinois, North Virginia 2, and so on and so forth. They wouldn't let me select a server. So if we need to, we might have to restart. I mean, everybody's pain isn't that bad, but we probably should. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna end the match right quick. Tell everyone to back out if you can, right quick, please.
all right.
Yeah, now it wouldn't let me select the server beforehand.
All right, let me get one of these guys here. Who was it? TG and add friend. There. All right, so sorry, apologize for that, viewers. A little bit of technical difficulties. Had the wrong server selected. So we're gonna go ahead and restart the game. You know, get the better pings, just to bring a better product to the table here. So.
I made it to where it's on the best server possible. I don't know why they are backing out currently.
Yeah, that's a little interesting. They didn't have to go that far, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's alright. I got the couple other guys.
I can invite Arma. I don't have anyone else on
I
my
got
friends
none,
list.
Well, hey, technical difficulties, the theme of week number 1, of course. So appreciate everyone's patience. We're still learning, just like everyone else here. So, but if you want to get on the production team or maybe the caster or host the match for us, please be our guest to help us out here. But I'm at the HQ, so we're chilling. I got Coop here right next to me. He's on the keys tonight. So if you guys miss a big play or something's going on, it's not me. Okay, it is Coop, and I want to make sure that is on record for Valorant tonight. All right, so. Make sure to get this game set up. The teams are coming back in here shortly, so we'll get right back to you. Again, Unknown, the captain of the Utica. Then we got Godey and Arma for the Harrisburg Armada. This is the first week of Valorant, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're new here, all right, esportcompany.com/apply. I'm sure we'll post a social command if you are new. Join one of these teams, get involved, compete, practice, play, organized system where you can rise through the ranks. We have different divisions. We have over 10 esport titles for you guys to get involved with, so don't hesitate to reach out. It's all free to play. There is no cost to compete. We don't ask for anything, but for you guys to just show up to game day, like so. So there it is in the chat. We're going to get started here. Waiting on 2 more players, and we will get started. So I'm excited. Valorant. I watched a lot of it when it first came out, so it's my first time running the stream, though, for it, so I'm excited to hear our casters. So.
Yeah, we'll get through it here and have a good product out on the field, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was just for some reason the server was just like constantly changing for me. It was fluctuating between like North Virginia 1, North Virginia 2, and Central Illinois, and it wouldn't let me select a server, and that's why we're having this issue to begin with. So I apologize to everyone in chat for the slight delay. We're trying to get everything set up right now. Zeke, if you want to join this game, I sent you an invite. You should be able to join. And then we should, here I have Unknown added. Try and get some of these players in here. We just had to restart the lobby right quick.
Don't forget to change it to bind as well.
Yep.
So yeah, well, again, Esport Company. Join one of these teams. We have 10 different games, 13 teams in 6 different states, 4,500 players now, so you can get involved on one of these teams. Tomorrow's Rainbow Six. Then that's it for week 1. Then we go into week 2. There's Call of Duty. Then we have Overwatch, Rocket League. We got Warzone as well. Fortnite's also tonight. It's not just casted, but there's a Fortnite league as well. So no matter what game you play, what rank, does not matter. You can join, you can compete, you can play. So I appreciate everybody tuning in here, and we'll get started here momentarily for week 1 of Valorant.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. Our first look at a couple of the new teams coming into the scene here. A couple of, at least one old player that I recognize from from last season though. So that's why I kind of hung my hat on my knowledge of playing with excuses. But yeah, I mean there's just a vast variety of new talent. I mean everything that ranged what I believe was from Iron all the way up to a Radiant level. So all of the mix and match of all the different skill levels makes for some pretty, entertaining comps of team and, different strategies and whatnot. So yeah, let's see how this goes.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, I can't, I can't put into words how excited I am. This game is going to be really good. I'm excited to see some Yoru gameplay. Now that I think about it, I do recognize a couple of these players. I remember Arma, I remember Astro, I remember Unknown. Good players, all very talented players. I'm excited to see their gameplay. And we're hopping right into it. Game 1, Bind, and it looks like
Same team comps.
Utica's defending? Utica's defending? Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, Utica is defending, and the Harrisburg Armada is going to be attacking. Really excited to get into it. So we got our buy phase going on right now. It's looking like it's going to be a B play coming in from the offense.
Yeah, that's a pretty. Looks like they're just gonna go with a normal split push here, but they're gonna have a little lurker over there. I don't know. They're just kind of dancing around up towards the middle part of the map. Essentially, it's kind of normal round 1 type of shenanigans for a match on Bind.
Yeah, they might be doing a default push. They might be doing a default play. It's just really hard to say. Things can go take a turn for the worst, and can end up being a rotate. So it's hard to say, but let's get into round 1. Looking like Sova's gonna put a dart down on long. It's gonna get immediately destroyed. I don't think he got the scan off. It's looking like they're kind of doing a slow push through Hookah. We got 3 players in Hookah right now.
Yeah, they flashed in through there, and then they kind of just stopped up after the gain control here.
Feeling safe.
But it looks like they're going to turn around and take this one back to A. They're leaving out we got 2 of the players, the Sova and the Cypher, for the Armada, just hanging out at the top of the A, long B. I imagine they'll be hitting this teleporter here pretty soon. Yep, there goes the Sova.
Looks like the Sova is going to teleport. Offense is just kind of, or defense is just kind of confused right now. They don't know where they're pushing or what they're doing, but now it's looking like a lot of players are coming up short. They're coming for a fast A play.
Yeah, the commit was on there. The Omen did smoke off.
They're teleporting back.
Okay, I like this type of stuff.
30 seconds left.
Easy way to get into B there. Did the old double TP play.
Spike planted.
He's able to pick up the first frag there, yeah.
He's looking ahead. He's getting ready tonight. Goose is going to get taken down by Goody.
One enemy remaining.
Finally getting some trades going. Defense takes round 1.
Yeah, Utica kind of made that retake look a little bit easier than it should have. As fancy as that play was for Armada to go ahead and actually gain access to the B site, via the old double TP play, is the rotate came back in for the retake, and a couple players just moved down and moved all the way up into the elbow area, started making their shots. So let's see what the Armada decide to do here in round 2.
And at this rate, it's looking like it's going to be another default play, or it might be a fast A, slow A. I think their best play is just play for picks, and then go from there, see what site is the most free, see what players are playing what site, gain as much info as they can.
Revealing area.
Yeah, so Omen's laying down his smokes here, so I would imagine that they're going to have to want to move a little bit fast as Prod's able to pick up a headshot on Zips as they start taking in.
Or Velocity able to get a trade back on the
Spike planted.
Yeah, so they traded out and made it back into a 4v4.
Some trades going back and forth. It's currently a 3v3.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, and once again, a successful retake there. By the Muskrats, by the Muskrats.
Scanning ahead.
Able to move right on in there, but they weren't confused at all. As soon as those smokes come down, they with Omen's timer on them to respawn those smokes back into the inventory. once those go down, it's kind of like a telltale sign that that commit's about to come through.
I mean, defense is it's just crazy right now, to be honest. I mean, defense, they've played this very well. They've played very slowly. They haven't, you know, over-rotated or anything like that. I mean, they've just been playing really well for defense. I mean,
This
they
map is
like
super
when they
easy.
teleported back on well, yeah, obviously. I mean, most of the maps are very super strategy, to be honest. But at the same time, you got to think that defense is just playing really well right now. I mean, they haven't over-rotated. They've been able to take sites back very easily, which is amazing. I mean, so it's looking like defense is, you know, just off to a great start so far. It might take this into might be a quick 13-0 for all of them. Hard to say.
Through. Spikes here.
Offense is just suffering right now. They're kind of confused. They don't really know what to do. I mean, they have bomb down. They have 2 players in link currently. Looks like Jet is watching bomb. Omen and Cypher
Enemy remaining.
just getting picked off currently.
And the ops are out already here. What a nice round there.
I mean, that was a flawless round coming in from defense.
Yeah, Pro Velocity are with a 5-0 KDA or KDO, yeah, KDA right now. But now we should be making our way into the gun rounds here, unless I just actually missed it, because it looks like it's going to be a light buy or save here on the side of the Armada.
Yeah, it's Armada's. It's in their best interest to save currently. I mean, it's not going to do them any good to force buy because they're currently just getting wiped out right now.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough sledding. They need to start collecting, at least, you know, sneak away here with a. It'd be nice to see them come away with a thrifty, so to say, here. Get some of these guns out of hand and start climbing back into the economy battle.
And it's looking like they're just trying to get some info. Scuffy able to take down excuses with a nade. What a nade!
Yeah, that's a huge pick too. Yeah, I think on
Deploying
that pick they
drone.
need to start like really amping up the pressure and getting into the site. They're all just kind of camping out there and nice
Enemy
blast back jump there. Oh, on the part of Scuffy, make his way in.
Velocity able to get a pick. Pose TG in, and that's 2 huge picks. I mean, but I don't think offense is going to be able to recover from this.
Stay down. 1 enemy remaining.
And it wasn't fooled about the guy that was just lurking over at B either. I mean, just stepped out and picked him right off the off. Typical Jet stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Light armor Jet with an off. Who'd have thought that was going to happen? Typically, that's about the position I would have, you know, Jet play if they were in my team. But see what they're able to do with a couple of guns in their hands now. But they, you know, it's really tough sledding when if somebody starts catching those ankles with those offs, starts feeling himself a little bit, gaining a little bit of confidence, making their shots. You know, it could be a very big uphill battle real fast.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Pro Velocity starting off 8-0 currently. I mean, you gotta. I mean, that ego, like that'll definitely do something to your ego, man.
Yeah.
So.
And not only that, but, I mean, that's what you expect Urena to do too. You know, it does get taken down now. And now the Armada's starting to hit a couple of shots here. To the Muskrats down, be it Pro Velocity, so being top rank at the present time. So it's time for them to start, you know, getting into the site. I'd like to see them actually make their way back the back part of the site underneath the heaven to try to cut down some of the rotation.
I mean, if you're offense, you're just playing way too slow right now. You need to get on the site. I mean, you got 2 huge picks. You need to get on the site. You need to get bombed down. I mean, but their issue is that they had spike down all the way, you know, by the wall or whatever it's called. I'm sorry, English is hard. But they didn't have spikes, so now they're, you know, they might end up suffering from this.
I'm not sure what the Sova was doing there. You know, he was sitting there. It looked like he had a dart lined up, but Reyna was able to just walk right up there and find him and take him out. Now it's a 2-on-4 situation.
1 enemy remaining.
Down to Zips in the off. Reyna, and they have the information. They know where he's at. He's trying to wiggle. Just right back.
Nice try coming in from Zips. First huge round going down for offense. I mean, they needed that. I mean, that's the round that you needed. But at the same time, defense, their econ situation is very well done right now. They're sitting good on money, so
Yeah, I mean, after they got that op out of the hands of Zip, he just, Q's run one right back up. That's the hard part of losing rounds consecutively. Starting to lose the economy battles. Buying expensive ops round after round. It starts to take a toll here. But we'll see if they can't get that pick again, get it out of his hands, maybe even pick it up. Very split push here. I mean, we got people approaching from every avenue of the map here, but the Rays looks like it's going to swing
like
back
they're
down
gonna rotate over.
or the despawn and get over with the teammates here. Definitely looks like they're posturing for a B hit here.
And you still have 2 players on A. They're doing a very slow rotate. They're full rotating now. I mean, you gotta get players on the site. You don't. I mean, they've pretty much given up site. I mean, you have multiple players. On an elbow. You gotta get on the site. You gotta get bombed down. You gotta get those picks.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, and Excuses just sneaks up right behind him oh, what a play by the company there. They did. Excuses picked up 3 frags there. And it looked like he might have been able to sneak away, steal that round right back there after, everybody was in there and the Empress Reyna was popped. I know I've played a lot of Valorant with you. Also a Reyna main. I mean, you could testify to how powerful that ultimate actually is and why they tried to back up as fast as they possibly could after it was popped.
Well, I mean, that Reyna ult is huge. If you're able to get picks and you're able to go invisible and get away from the situation, I mean, it does everything for you. It does everything for the team as well. I mean, it's what you need. Like, I mean, not saying that a Reyna is necessary to have on your team, but if you have a Reyna popping an ult and getting picks, then that's huge, especially on offense.
Yeah, very nice slow push here, but then again, I'm not certain what the approach here is. I'm gonna assume they're gonna head back towards A at some point here, even though they got the bomb all the way up in the hookah. But Raze is open. They're just trying to cover the leg here.
Stealing sight. Watch them run.
Yeah, they know there is some action at B, and it looks like they're pulling all the.
Looks like they're over rotating, but they have
over
the Omen able to get a flank onto Arma.
Oh yeah, but their Omen also has a flank on him. They know he's there, and they able to pick him up now.
Cutting their vision.
The spike's down in hookah at the present time here, and there's all 3 of the muskrats are in the general area here.
30 seconds left. Cutting their
The
vision.
raid's gonna make way in after the smoke went down and is able to pick up the bomb. Looks like they're gonna head back towards the A bomb site now. But they're gonna run right back into the Sova and the Yoru that's gonna be that have just rotated back. That's just kind of that game sense thing after you play so much of this map. To know that if that bomb
10
disappears,
seconds left.
there was a failed hit at one site, they typically tend to go back to the other side.
Yeah, absolutely.
Spike planted.
It's like they're able to
Spike
get
goes
bombed down and it's down to a 3v2 situation.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, now it's all up to the Reyna here to try to clutch this one up for the Armada. They're searching pretty hard for him.
Oh, Lost able to get that pick on the prod. I mean, what a
What
a round, what a
able
round.
to make the last frag there on the mirror match and get
I genuinely think that offense is taking things too slow. I mean,
Yeah,
I
and I'm also
understand
thinking
trying to
that
play
the
default,
Armadas
and
need
trying
to
to play
start
for
burning.
picks.
Yeah, they need to start burning some of these ultimates too. I mean, they got 3 of them that's been sitting in the inventory for a couple of rounds now. I think at least 2. I think you would want to make use of that Sova ultimate. Maybe they have a design strategy that's going to be, behind them getting a bomb down and him sitting off site somewhere. Typical Sova stuff. And at Raze, I mean, when her ult gets popped, she can also back off an entire defending team from the site as well. 'Cause that fire in the hole really.
Oh, absolutely. I hear a fire in the hole. I'm on the other side of the map. I'm
Yeah.
gone.
Finding the nearest TP. they're
looking
gonna
like it's
take
gonna
their
be a
time.
very slow push on the A. I mean, I genuinely think they need to be a little more aggressive. But I mean, that's just me.
It's 5-2.
Probably can get a very quick pick on for velocity. I mean, that's a huge pick. Probably able to get a second pick.
Yeah, see, they're so on the defenders was able to pop an ult.
I
I'm not
know
sure
exactly
if he had enough
where you
information
are.
really
One
there
enemy remaining.
to
He
make
sucks.
usage of that, especially in an effort for. Looks like wow,
What a
round
round
they
for
are.
Prod.
Yeah, 4K on the round. Great stuff. You know, after they did finally start the pressure into the A-bomb site there, he just moved right through it and just started finding people and taking them out. Exactly what you
That's what you need from Arena. You absolutely need that, especially if you're on offense.
Yeah, now they're sitting. The Cypher did burn his ult there to find a couple of the last people there for the Reyna to go and frag them out. But now they're working with 3 ults, and the Utica Muskrats don't have any ults in their name right now. You know, so see what they're gonna do here, posturing for a B side attack.
Yeah, it looks like defense is very quickly rotating. I mean, they only have 2 players on site. I mean, if you're on offense, you should have been on site, 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, the Reyna was hit by one of those shock darts that came into the hookah area. She got really low health presently, but we know most of the time oh, there we go. The Ray's ult's popped, but it's wasted. His excuse is able to take down Scuffy immediately as he pops his ult.
Last player standing.
And this,
what a
it all
round
fell
for
apart.
defense.
Yeah, it all fell apart here as they tried to make their way into the B site. But Goaty is on the other side of the map planting the bomb.
Spike planted.
Have a whole world of trouble. It's going to be a pretty tall task to try to take out everybody.
If not able to do it, I mean, those 1v5s are gosh darn impossible. I've only been able to pull one off ever.
Flawless.
Let me tell you what, I mean, who's
Oh, you mean that one against the Greensburg Guardians?
No, not that one.
So you had more than one?
Yeah, maybe I've done 2. No big deal.
I think
No,
that's where you
they are
gained
very
most of your fame last season. Was that ace 1v5 against the Guardian?
Yeah, I was on this map too. That was a crazy game. That was such a good game. What sucks is that we ended up losing that series though. But I mean, it was still a lot of fun to play.
Indeed. Yeah, I had a lot of fun because I got to cast that match as well. So they left the bomb back, in between the 2 avenues of approach into the A bomb site. You got the Cypher, I guess, was just over there setting up some traps, but they were able to trade out a couple of frags. Purple lost just on fire. And Zips too, really starting to pick it up. I mean, they're just right now. They just are getting out. The Harrisburg Armada just getting out fragged by the Utica Muskrats. I mean, Pro Velocity sitting at a 13-3-2. Excuses 12-7-1. And there's only one of the Harrisburg Armada being a fraud with a positive kill death ratio right now.
Not only that, they only have 1 player that has 10+ kills, and I mean, you gotta pick it up, especially if you're playing as a duelist, man. Like you have to, as a duelist, you have to play your role, or else your team is gonna suffer from that. Which it really sucks to see it, but you gotta play your role, man.
Yeah, absolutely. We're really hoping that they're able to just start picking up a couple more rounds here. 7-3. They're not entirely out of this game. They're really gonna have to start making a couple more making game out of Pro Velocity. It's just down to
enemy
3K, 4K.
Pro Velocity. He came to play tonight.
Let's see if the rest of his team backs up here to try to let him get the ace. That's typical. After there it is, Pro Velocity able to pick up the ace on the Armada.
And then using
Last
the
round
clip
before the
emote or the clip spray, that's so gold. I mean, it's kind of toxic, but it's kind of funny. You love.
But you have to. I mean, that's the.
mean,
part of the fun of the game. I mean, that is a clippable thing, but I think my favorite whole part of that was the Yoru was running with a knife to try to take him out, or at least bait for him. I mean, we would do it for our buddies as well. Astro. If somebody gets a 4K, let's see if they
absolutely.
could get them to. That's part of like being in this community here of just Valorant in general.
I mean, you have to. You see someone get a 4K or even a 3K. I mean, you got to back up. There's always a potential to give someone that ace. I mean, if someone's on it, you better let them. You got to let them have it. I mean, it's not good gaming skills or not skills. I can't think of the words.
Etiquette is the word.
Yeah, etiquette. Yeah, thank you. Etiquette is just, it's not good gaming bro etiquette. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed. So I'm kind of confused here as to what the Armada are trying to accomplish here. Okay, now that they at least all grouped back together. And the hit's gonna go into the B bomb site. Sniper's gonna play it for the long B area.
Spike planted.
It's not to a 4-on-2 situation for the Armada, or actually for the Muskrats, but this should be a nice winnable round.
Zip's finally able to answer back.
Cutting their vision. Still
Looks like Pro is picking out very quickly. They have one on back site.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
Last player standing.
able to get a.
One enemy remaining.
Looking like Zips might be able to clutch this.
That is nice.
Oh, he barely missed. He barely missed with his ult. Wow, what a.
Yeah, that's a big move. You hate to see that as a Jet
Switching
player.
sides.
That when you right click and that knife and the name of the person that you tried to hit doesn't pop up in the kill feed. It feels bad, man. But that was a great round.
This goes here.
All together.
This should do.
Made it a little
Absolutely.
closer than it
They
should have
needed
been.
that round, man. They really did.
Yeah, and
That goes
Astro was great. Had the presence of mind to. I thought that it was a bad idea to shoot at the Jet whenever she was jumping over top of that box in the middle of the bomb site. But he's able to recover, find the angle, take him out, and ultimately win the round. So, great job by Astro there.
I'm really looking forward to see how offense is going to play this half. I mean, they're up 8-4 currently. I mean, they could just shut it out. They get this round, they get forced by the next, completely shut them down. But it could go anyway.
Armada, it's all going to pivot on their pistol round. Or are they going to be able to win the pistol round? Because if not, I think that's almost like a sentence to a 3-round streak loss in most scenarios. Unless they try to pull the fly here.
A lot of trades going back and forth, but it's looking like offense is going to be able to pull this off.
Spike planted.
It's down to a 3v2.
Armada losing the trade battle heavily there. They know where the train is at. Back tunnel.
Last player standing.
Yes, it's gonna be that's gonna make the rest of this particular map tough. The Armada. Losing that pistol round, I think is something that they really needed to come away with a win in, to really start clawing back into this game.
I mean, this has just been an absolutely amazing start to the start of Season 3 for Valorant. I mean, I'm just really looking forward to continuing to cast these and watch these games. I mean, this has just been all around amazing to watch, and really looking forward to this. But it's looking like we're going to see a force buy coming out of offense. Might be a quick A. They're full rushing. They're W key, and they're not letting go of W. They're ready.
Yeah, I think that's starting to speak to the confidence of them just flat out fragging the Armada right now. You start gaining a little bit of swagger. You don't mind switching into a site. Just setting your shooters to make their shots. As you can see by excuses of pro velocity with the Stinks here. Cody would have picked up a couple of frags with the Classic, though. The Nerf Classic, nonetheless.
I mean, and you absolutely need those picks if you're on defense.
I love the fake TP.
One enemy remaining.
It doesn't matter, TGN is still going to be able to shut them down.
Then Excuse is able to pick up the last frag on Fraud win there. Now
Excuses with the 1 HP kill.
That's the beauty beauty about Valorant, right? Like, even if you still have a chance to even clutch rounds with 1 HP. You know, you're always a headshot away from making a play. That's one thing that I really enjoy about this game. You're never really out of it until you're out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Valorant is just one of those games where it can always go either way. I mean, you do one thing wrong and the game can completely turn around.
And really aggressive
picks on the offense.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I think that they needed to do there, the Armada. You know, they just ran it out and, you know, had a couple of people step out of the hookah and just start shooting their guns. They were able to find a couple of heads there, and, you know, now it's a 2-on-4
Last
situation.
player standing.
We'll make that a 4-on-1 situation.
I mean, that was such an amazing play coming from defense. They really needed that. I mean, that's got to boost your ego in some sort of way.
Yeah, 100% against the grain too, which is, you know, something that I think was something that I think that they needed to do. So out of the ordinary here. So.
I think they're starting to learn that they're just a very aggressive offense team, and they need to answer back with, you know, just really good defense and, you know, being ready to shut down that very quick push.
Yeah, because the tendency is with a rush that, you know, at certain levels of gameplay, is when you're going to do a full rush and you have some abilities that you're going to start sinking into that rush, is to have them readily available. So sometimes if you step out into an angle, you can catch them with their pants down, you know, with their ability out already, and you know, it makes layouts. Fraud, you know,
Fraud is doing it again, just two very quick picks. That's 2 rounds back to back. He was able to do that.
One enemy remaining.
Third and a fourth. Looking like he might be able to get an ace this round.
Yeah, let's see if his team shows him the same respect that that Pro Velocity's team showed. Looks like they're actually trying to ping where he's at, or where the bomb's down at, and looks like they're just gonna miss each other here by a hair.
I mean, just a hair. Like, they're so close to each other.
He should be able to find him here.
Yeah, he should. I mean, it's looking like Jet might be able to. He might get that pick on Omen. Oh,
there it is. So we now see an ace, respectively, between the two Reynas on the team. I mean, they're again, you know, doing.
I mean, that's just the Reyna gameplay you love to see.
Yeah, now he has an Empress to work with this round. It's the only other all sure is on. I'm not even sure what it's called. I think it's called Dimensional Shift, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
Something along those lines. I mean, I haven't really looked into yours abilities or anything like that.
Yeah, I think, and I also think that it's the scariest voice line, because he says, "Who's next?" You know, and then.
I mean, he's kind of a scary character, to be honest. I mean, he's definitely one of those characters where you have to have a little bit of an IQ to play, because I mean, you can just pull off some crazy stuff with him.
Let me lock in here with a Cade's trigger. See how sure the gameplay goes. He's sitting in there behind. They're just spamming off here. That's the great Cypher behind. It's always
going down.
Put it jump out that window.
Rod coming in with the flank.
Yeah, that's the thing about sitting in hookah.
Down to a 2v2 situation. Omen with 11 HP.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
That's up to Pro Velocity and Emperor's form here again, or possibly also try to pick up these last 2 frags.
He's really got the health advantage here as well. I mean, Cody's got 11 HP, and I'm sure. I mean, Pro Velocity is overhealed with 100 in health and 50 armor.
30 seconds left.
Very easy round for him.
Yeah, I never thought. I mean, I'd have never expected Arena to be this late round with more health. They find Cody and pick up the pick off the round win here. It's 11-6 now, in favor of the Utica strat. So, but it's starting to run out of rounds here. Time for our opponent to start making a couple of changes here to try to string together, you know, not just around here and there, you know, multiples at a time.
I mean, it's getting down to these last couple rounds. If you're Harrisburg, you gotta figure out what you're doing. You gotta figure out what you gotta do to change it up and answer back with a couple rounds at least.
Get out of my way!
Right, and here we are, round 18 now coming down in the books. Looking like they're gonna try to sell themselves here to the A-bomb site.
Out of charges.
Smokes go down on Heaven and Lamps. The Lear comes out. They push out onto the site here. So Sova was got caught up by the rain as the bomb goes down. Nice, quick, early plant. The 3-on-3 situation does.
Oh, a 3v2.
2v2.
Last player standing.
Scuffy able to get
Shot
a
by
huge hit on the
Scuffy.
velocity. I mean, wow, that was such a huge pick.
Yeah,
I mean,
sometimes
you needed
spamming
that
that.
if you're on defense.
Yeah, a little bit of spam there, and she's able to find. And just right on cue there, the Armada able to string together a win. You know, it was a nice, fast attack by the Muskrats there, and I think that they were able to pick up on that early enough in the round, and able to get the rotation over to, come through all the angles that they needed. The tendency is to try to surround them.
This is a nice spot.
Go with the ace, like so easy.
This
like,
goes here.
like
That goes there.
Hookah or come through the DP up there.
Yes, this should do.
I always find it a way
This is a
deadly
nice
to
spot.
teleport from the A bomb site to the B side of the map, as it is that long B area back all the way before showers. Looks like they're gonna move a little fast.
It's looking like it's definitely going to be a B play coming from offense.
The paranoia game. Just a little bit of spam there. He's able to find Zip today and take him out. Yeah.
Bernie able to get that pick onto the pod with the stinger. I mean, you just
I
can't
think
lose
right
that.
now it's time for Scuffy to pop that alt and to put, or no, not right now. I was thinking that he was on the other side, but I was gonna say jump out of hookah. 'Cause that's a beast thing to do.
It's looking like
So
it's might be a
I like
rotate.
this. A little bit of misdirection, I think, here because they just sent one through the TP, but Astro seems to have recognized what has happened here.
Astra's the only one that stayed on the site.
Yeah, what a great call for him to stay back.
30 seconds left.
He's gonna find exactly what he's looking for here.
Last player standing.
I mean, this has just been very confusing for defense. I mean, they don't really know what's going on, but at the same time, they've been able to answer back with some kills and some huge picks. I
10
mean,
seconds left.
It's
they got
looking
unloaded
like
in a
almost just
pretty
going to
tricky
save this round.
position here. Yeah, he definitely just backed up into a corner here. I mean, Astro had to cam out. He was set up after picking up that frag. But great recognition, by the Armada there.
Yeah, what a great
Nice
call
that
from them.
attack.
I mean, because they could have lost sight very easily, and then Reyna could have just rotated back, and so on and so forth, and it could have been a very different round, to say the least.
That goes there. Yes, this should do. This is a nice spot. This
They've
goes
now
here.
pulled together two wins in a row,
That
and
goes there.
starting to claw our way back into the match. So, this is as quickly as it looked like the Muskrats were going to start running away with just the fragging power that they had. Quite a bit of great decision making, game sense, and awareness of how this map operates by the Armada, bringing them right back into the game here.
Yeah, Harrisburg has definitely been able to answer back with a couple rounds, but, I mean, you still got to win 5 more rounds to win the game. I mean, things could turn for the worse very quickly. It's just really hard to say. Valorant is definitely one of those games where, it just could change for the worse very quickly, and you hate to see it.
Yeah, one round can totally swing, swing some the energy and everything completely to the opposite team.
The hunt begins.
So the Empress here being popped.
Defense has been able to answer back very quickly. They rotated. They were ready for this. Or Velocity able to get 3 huge picks on the
30
offense.
seconds left.
He's picking up a couple of frags on his way in.
Last player standing.
There's a 4K. We see another ace by Pro Velocity here. I think he knows where the raise is at.
Definitely wasn't expecting to see it. I'd love to.
Last player
Oh,
standing.
he's not able to get it.
Stifles his ace and now bringing it to a one-on-one situation. Scuffy seems to have the information that he needs to. That he's checking that lamps area. I would imagine we're gonna see a quick little tap. Yep. Now
they're able to read each other.
Scuffy able to pick up the frag and keep once again picking up a 3rd straight round for the Armada and gonna make it a 9-11 game.
I mean, you need this if you're on defense currently. Like, you absolutely need this not only for your ego, but you also need it for econ purposes.
Yeah, as you see here, the Muskrats. So I mean, this is their last buy phase that they can afford. So, I think that I'm gonna imagine they're really gonna sink their teeth into this attack, into this round.
I mean, they have to win this round if they want things to go their way for the next 2 rounds at least.
Otherwise, they're going to be biting on their nails for the next couple of rounds after that, trying to get a thrifty and to shore up another round.
Who's next?
And there we go. We see the Yoru. The first time we see the Yoru ult pop, and he's made his way into the lamp area. But Arma able to just spray down the scope, pick up a frag, Velocity steps around, takes him out, so they can walk 3 taking another trade between 3-on-3 now. Empress gets popped, and then the Armada got a couple of Muskrat.
One enemy remaining.
Pro Velocity.
Pro Velocity.
They just kind of lined up.
Wow.
Node picks up the last frag there. Just gaining a little bit of 12 to 9. Match point. See if they're able to close this out or get another round out of this guy.
And the spike's still in base.
They had. And the spike still in base.
I hate Jet's voice lines. She's such an annoying character, but she's such a good character. Like, I love to play her and whatnot, but her voice lines are just oof.
Oh man, I just like how when you do forget the bomb, that the characters in the game troll you for getting the bomb.
Yeah, I prefer other characters' voice lines over hers. I don't know. It's funny because actually, I don't know if you know this or not, but Jet actually plays and streams Valorant, like the character that made her voice lines, which is kind of funny. I watched it a time. She's entertaining.
Feeling sight.
Yeah, Astro opens up the frag in this round here, able to pick up a headshot on Excuses, which is a pretty big pick. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna decide after this after the rotate goes over. I mean, the Reyna's still Pro Velocity still waiting over by the TP, and here we go, Reyna versus Reyna. Prod was able to pick up Pro Velocity. Oh, wait, and now
that's a huge 1v1. And Prod being able to take down Pro Velocity, I mean that's absolutely huge for defense. And Zip's able to answer back, get with 2 picks. Possibly a third.
Remaining.
Gets shut down. It's down to a 1v3 situation.
Hiding.
And here comes
30
the
seconds left.
Cypher ultimate. So now they have the information to know where everybody's at. Daverny steps out of the showers area, just picks Astro off here. Now it's down to Goaty and Prod to take care of
10
the
seconds
Sova
left.
and Daverny.
I mean, if
Keep
you're
their team in
Severny,
this
you
game.
either should
They're
have
gonna run out of
committed
time
10
to
seconds
plan.
ago, or
Yes.
you should have, just saved. I mean, it's looking like he might just save, but
That as well.
it was a very winnable round. It was a very winnable round. Severny definitely could have taken that. And I would have
Yeah,
loved to seen it.
Yeah, not only that, but I thought that they were really sitting in the driver's seat after Prod was able to take down Pro Velocity. And then they were able to make their way into the back of the site. When you have full control of that site, all the way up into the CT area, there's no reason that you should ever lose one of those rounds. But somehow the Harrisburg Armada were able to, put a rotation on that confused them a little bit. Came from a couple of angles they weren't expecting, able to pick up a couple frags, walk away with a win via the time.
It's looking like it's going to be a B push this game. I mean, Cypher and Noman are ready for this push.
Fake TP by Goat here. Back to the tunnels area.
It's like Omen's going to sneak that. And he's able to get 6, but
He's dead.
it's down to a 2v2. You have one player on each site for both teams.
Yeah, interesting is Reyna now flashes over to the B bomb site. The bomb's still down right outside of Hookah here.
Last player standing.
Unknown's able to pick up a frag on Goaty. 2v1.
I mean, those are the
frag or
huge
Broad
picks.
to take care of this. In a 2v1, now the bomb's about to go down. Walks right back into Hookah.
Spike
Just
planted.
had the information on the end. Wait for this Omen smoke to clear. Now you gotta wait for those ticks from the Sova Dart that came into Hookah to go away, which he smartly did. Now here, unknown
Attackers win.
Utica able to shut down Harrisburg Armada in the very first game of Valorant Season 3. What a game. I mean, Ace is coming from both teams. I mean, the Reynas just played their roles so well. Like, Pro Velocity dropping 32 kills and Prod dropping 29 kills. I mean, those guys definitely deserve the roles of playing Reynas for their teams. I mean, they played those games very well. Both players dropping aces. Like, what an absolute amazing start to the start of Season 3.
And the scoreboard really does tell the tale of the game here, honestly. I mean, Pro Velocity being at the top and Prod being at the top, the two Reynas. Other than that, the next two are also the duelists for the duelists for the Muskrats, and then Goaty come in right underneath of them, and then Ray. So like it looks like generally throughout the game, just judging by the scoreboard as well, that the players playing their roles, the characters, that they played their roles appropriately.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but after you see after the after Zips though, everybody has a negative kill death ratio. So I mean, it looks like the bottom part of the the scoreboard really needs to start picking it up, playing a little bit smarter, finding the better angles. Make a couple of adjustments here. The Armada, I'm sure, are trying to figure out a way to get themselves back into this game too here. But it's going to be their map pick, I believe, and
looks like we're gonna
see
go
what
with
they got.
Split.
Split.
I hate this map. I hate this map so much.
It's my least favorite map. I love watching matches on it. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, absolutely.
Personally, just playing it, it's just, man, I'd rather play Icebox, honestly. And I know
I
I'll
was
get
about
flamed
to say the same thing, man.
I
I would
I
so
know I
much
might
rather
get
play
flamed from
Xbox.
chat by that, man, but I mean, I'd rather play Icebox and Split any day of the week.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. Hey, great job, casters, on the first game. First of all, so in the chat, give up for our casters. A great game one, back and forth. Harrisburg had some momentum going in, so it's interesting to see how game two, where Harrisburg will start out, because they'd start out 4-0 in favor of Utica there, so they had to take themselves out of a hole earlier. But just to give you guys a reminder, player spotlight again, Goaty and Arma are the co-captains of the Harrisburg Armada, and then Unknown is the captain of Utica. So Goda, again, from New York, PA, favorite character, Omen, and a variety streamer. Again, content galore, which I love. So special place in my heart, for Goaty. And then, of course, we have Arma for the Harrisburg Armada, another co-captain from Ohio. I think it's called Pickerston. I don't know. Very confusing. Hard to pronounce that city, but that sounds like a small town in Ohio. Again, favorite character, Omen, who would have guessed, and never had ginger beer. And we talked about this earlier, about the ginger beer, of course, during the pregame show. I've never had it. Coop's never had it. So what do you guys think? What was your take on ginger beer again?
Like I said, I've only had it when it was mixed with alcohol. Never drank it, straight up. So I can't really say about ginger beer, but Moscow mules were pretty tasty.
Perfect.
Yeah, pretty tasty stuff.
So again, that's from the Harrisburg Armada. Arma in-game name, again from Ohio, and then Goaty as well, York, PA. And then let's go over to Utica real quick, and then we'll hop into the game. Unknown is their captain. He's from New York. Also, favorite character Omen, and student anime voice actor. So, I mean, if you ever need a voice actor for a little bit of anime, Unknown is your person to go to. So, I think we're ready here for the next game. Yes, players are good to go. I'm Seth here at the Esport Company live at the HQ. Got Coop on the keys. Brian's over here moderating. So if you are in chat getting timed out, it is Brian behind the desk right next to me. So we'll make sure to get him on the screen in the stream after this so you guys can boo him, put your thumbs down for him because he's no fun Brian. Alrighty, I'll let you get guys back to you. Game 2, let's go.
Alrighty, here we go. Yes, indeed I am. And split up on the docket next. You know, this tends to be a map that is very, very defender-sided. So I'm interested to see if there's any changes to the team compositions here. You know, I think the Sentinels take a very prominent role on this map. You know, whether you do want to play a Killjoy, a Cypher, or Sage even. You know, who's making her way back into a meta, as we already see one. You know, on the side of the Utica Muskrats pick. Well,
honestly, now that Sage has been nerfed into the ground, I think she's such a useless character. Like, her wall is probably the only thing that's useful about her, and obviously her res. But her heal is not what it used to be. I'm not a huge fan of her. I was a Sage main since day one, and then after they nerfed her into the ground, I can't play her. I literally can't. I
really think on this map that wall solely could be a reason to pick her, because you know, it literally can stop the impede the progress of an entire team coming up the mid area, or shut him down, or wall or seal off the B garage area. I mean, if you make it an A on offense, you could shut off the heaven area with the wall too. So there's just so much usage you could get out of the wall on this map that, you know, I could justify a team picking her. As Zips is still hovering on Sage here.
He's thinking about it. He's like,
they got the two duelists already queued up here. I wouldn't imagine they were going to take a third, and there it is. Locked them in. And as you can see, the pick rate does not seem to go down, at least in the Esport Company for the Omens. I mean, we're yet to see anybody else, but a couple of changes have been made to the team compositions. You know, and this is something that you don't see very often. No Jet.
Yeah, that is very interesting. I mean, especially being able to play Jet and play mid ropes and have an operator. I mean, that's just such a, like, I mean, it's not necessarily a crutch, but it's definitely something that's very viable. So it's definitely interesting to not see a Jet for either team. So we'll see how this one plays out. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hoping Muskrats just go ahead and, you know, shut it down. But I'd like to see it go either way.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see that, you know, the teams are starting to change up their compositions, which I think is something that we didn't see a lot of last season. You know, outside of the Guardians and I believe the Straight Storm. There wasn't a lot of changes that they made, like especially like with Altoona. I know that Altoona played the same exact composition, besides one time they had a Phoenix in, which is just a different guy other than Insto. You know, so now we got a couple of breaches that have come into the game here. No Yoru in this one. So yeah, it looks like that they're adjusting, you know, their team composition for how they want to play the map, which I think is, you know, personally I think is the correct move to do instead of focusing, you know, entirely on just perfecting one character.
Yeah, absolutely. Being able to play multiplayer characters in this game is just huge for everybody. Definitely helps. Definitely helps.
Yeah, they really sold into the A hit here, as all 5 of them just come right up Main Street. And you know, after the flashes went out from the breach, which, you know, talk about some incredible flashing power of the breach.
Breach is such a he's such a great character. Now they've added that extra flash to him, he's such an amazing character.
Yes,
One enemy remaining.
Especially in a map like this. Everything is so like uses, you know, with the
3 kills with a frenzy. Wow.
Hey, don't forget. I don't care what anybody says. The frenzy is a completely respectable pistol round buy. Because it
absolutely
gets the job done in a lot of circumstances, especially when you in maps like this where you expect to do bunches of, you know.
I can't stand the frenzy for some reason. I think you have to pull down harder with the frenzy than you do with a vandal, which is saying a lot.
Yeah, I mean it's a $400 automatic. You know what I mean? It's it's gonna have it's problems with it for sure. I think they're gonna sell again here to the 8th. I think they're gonna be bomb behind. People lurking. And is one of them Zips able to pick up a back on the quad there. Exactly what you want to happen if you go try to lurk out mid is it's already walled off. See, and there we see the power of the Sage ball at mid. And it takes forever to bust that wall down if you're just using a pistol.
Absolutely. I mean, it takes like what, 2 clips, almost 3 clips.
Oh yeah, just way too many. And I mean, you spend half of your inventory if you up your ammo. There's another beautiful thing about the wall mid. He's able to just jump up on top of it, pick up the frag on Scuffy there, who's trying to sneak up mid. Now they don't have any lurk anymore. The A site looks like is where they're going to turn their attention to. The Omen was able to sneak his way all the way through heaven, and now he's coming up to the back side of A.
30 seconds left.
The other
That's his teammate.
the cones on the map or on the mini map are a little confusing.
Yeah, they are.
Spike planted.
Completely agree.
It's a
Another
2-on-2
2v2
situation with the health advantage heading the way of the Armada right now.
Utica.
One enemy remaining.
Oh yeah, it was Utica that did have the health advantage there.
You silly rapscallion.
Yeah,
dude.
having a tough
Get it together.
rounds here.
Get it together. You're better.
It's my dislike of this map. Blaming it all on it.
No, you're the
Alright.
better caster. You're just a little confused. It's okay.
I'm gonna lock it in here. Okay, so back down to reality with Apu. Let's see what we got here. And they're gonna set up for. Looks like Asher's gonna set up just some trip cards flank here coming out of A. Set up his camera as well for a little bit of extra information.
Definitely looking like it's gonna be a full send going through mid. I mean, Sage has already got that wall up. They're ready for that push. I mean, if your defense is just playing, they're doing everything correctly.
Bomb buddy out.
Reese is able to get some info. Not a pick.
Get the update on the score. Here's the thing I don't like seeing a team going on split here. There was just too many. Briefly there was just too many people that were hanging out in the common area. I mean that's a place you really start losing a couple of heads at the right angle. Zips is pinging down the signal that there's danger in the bottom of the mid areas now that the walls gone down.
It's looking like they got 2 players creeping up their mid, going straight into heaven. 3 players going straight into heaven.
They certainly committed to 3 people in the heaven area here.
But defense is just all sorts of ready.
They're
30
Project
seconds left.
Take out his counterpart here.
One enemy remaining.
And the defenders, I mean, this map is so hard. Like, I think the only way that you really can win the offensive side of this map is in the economy battle, which isn't happening in the Armada right now. I mean, I think this is the first round that they're really coming up into an area where they can even buy a couple of guns. Round 4.
I mean, they full bought last round, but they just weren't able to do anything with it. I mean, defense is just way too strong right now, and they need to figure out what they can do to be able to shut it down quicker.
Right. So here it looks like they're going to sell it mid here again. They were able to get down to one of the blocks of the walls down fast. Looks like they want to, a little bit more quickly up to the mid area now. See what they probably decide to go after they get up. It looks like they have inside
And
Reign of the Omen.
that's two huge picks coming in from offense. I mean, those are the picks you need. Not only that, I mean, you can take either side from this point.
Yeah, the Cypher was able to make it. Lurk and made his way into the A bomb site already. So now they've completely isolated this half the map. The Omen's over towards the blinds area.
Spike planted.
Back up to. As soon as he teleported, he got his head ripped off by excuses.
Excuses is definitely feeling himself this game after as Breach.
7-0 with 4 assists already. 3 to nothing. He missed right now. Nothing bad.
One enemy remaining.
He fucking dull. You know, I think it was a good decision to take that. By fraud. If you're just give him his first death of the game.
Looking like Xerxes is going to try and
Down
get
to
some
the very
extra
low
points.
health dip. It's 2, but he's running out of time. I think
Enemy
he's
remaining.
gonna hightail it here and get out. Oh, it is the Cypher. Hey, the Cypher.
Cage trigger.
Dude,
Almost costed him his life.
just
that-
imagine if that happened. That would have been priceless.
Yeah. So, way to go. You know, in a half buy situation, because they did end up purchasing a Vandal and a Phantom. You know, and they just picked up the rest of the guns off of the ground. So, you know, I'm not going to call it exactly a thrifty round, but, you know, more or less that's what it was. So, great job getting back into this one. I'm not letting the Muskrats start running away with this.
Wall raised.
Yeah, it looks like the bomb is going to sit right outside of the A bomb site. You know, it's guarded closely here by the Omen and the Cypher. The rest of the team here sitting in the mid area, but Excuses is going to sneak out through the garage, take out Scuffy, who's sitting at the bottom, just scurry back into the deep bomb site. So, you know, I think that's something that they picked up in the past couple of rounds. For instance, they were putting into that mid area, and so he just quickly loses the wait a minute, I can get back. Team in an advantage.
I mean, that mid control is just huge if you're on defense, offense, sorry. I mean, you absolutely need to gain mid control. That way you can decide from there what site you want to take.
Yeah, and now Zips, but they were able to make their way into the A bomb
Spike
site.
planted.
You know, the site, as I said, that the Cypher was you know, had company with the Omen, but now it's Breach. His arm is able to pick up Zips as he tries to sneak in through the blinds area. The 2 remaining Muskrats hanging out in the Heaven area as the Rays here, Scaverny, going to rotate into the blinds.
Last player standing.
Huge pick coming in from Arba, able to shut down Excuses.
One enemy
But if you're
remaining.
Severny, you gotta get on the site, you gotta shut him down quick, that way you can get bomb defused. It's looking like he may not have enough time. He has no idea where the player is.
Off your feet!
What a great play. Oh, what a great play by Saverny, but that Breach all was able to fight enough to make sure that bomb goes off. And, you know, I don't think Saverny really wanted to run away from that one anyway. I think that's an instance where you're just going to take the death of the bomb and get that ult point, which he now has a ultimate. So, not a lot of ultimates have been thrown around in this match yet. Only the 2 from the Breaches that I could really recall. Maybe an Omen ult has happened that I may have missed, but
Yeah, there was an Omen ult and a Breach ult. But not only that, I haven't seen a single ult from a race tonight.
For you, hermanita.
yeah, there was one last game which was immediately killed by Excuses as soon as it was popped. But yeah, I mean, I think out of everything I'm seeing, you know, that it's a high level play, but they're I think these teams are hanging on to their ultimates a little bit too long. So, you know, ultimately you got to use them to get another one, gain, you know, a bit of more value out of, you know, that fast faucet of the game. As the rest of the entire Armada team looks like they're gonna push their way up into the up mid, sitting at the top, trying to feel their way out, and make a decision. Gonna elect to go to the B Heaven route.
And Harrisburg has definitely been able to answer back to this very well.
Worthless.
As the Rays was Arma jumped down into picked off the meeting.
One enemy remaining.
And it looks like the world's starting to pick up this one here.
Last player standing.
Now,
30 seconds left.
He's able to bring it to a one-on-one situation here. Is it with throws a paranoia through that and back Saverty up here. Now made his way into the bomb site there. Into the bomb site. Looks like he's gonna plant it in the deep position. And there's the Raze ult that we see. Here comes the party, but there's no party
10
in happening
seconds left.
presently. And
What a play from Cody. I mean, he played that post so well, but what an absolute play.
And a very understated thing here is for any of the Valorant, non-Valorant players that may be out here watching the match, he also planted a bomb, which if you do that after the round happened, you do get the money for the bomb plant. So immediately he didn't celebrate, do a spray or anything like that. Stepped right in, made sure he got the bomb down, get that extra 300 per person.
Harrisburg able to bring it back 3 rounds in a row. I mean, if you're Harrisburg, this is the ego that you need. You gotta capitalize on this. Aren't able to get that first pick on a pro. Well, it's looking like Pro's just having a very slow game at this point, which kind of sucks. I mean, because Pro was absolutely turning up last game. Dibs able to pick up Prod. It's down to a 4v4 situation, making it a 4v3, 4v2. Defense is playing this really well. They're getting the picks. They're taking it slow. I mean, even though bomb is down. My goat is useful.
One enemy remaining.
Out there. Might be able to get a flank on these defense players. But Zeb's heard that ultimate and said, nope, get that crap out of here. What a play coming in from defense. They absolutely need that. I mean, for econ purposes as well. After losing 3 rounds in a row, that really hurts the econ. And if you're able to get a round right after that, that's huge. Absolutely need that. Looking like it might be a fast team. Uses with 3 huge picks. What a play! Jody finally able to answer back. Jody coming in with another 2 picks, or another pick, sorry.
I know exactly where you are.
Excuses. What are you doing right now? What a play, man. Good stuff, dude.
Yeah, and great job bringing it, or now it's a 4-3 match here, so jumping back into it. Not an easy thing to do on bind. I mean, split.
You just missed a great play coming out from Excuses. That was nuts.
Duty called.
Yeah. It's looking like the last 2 offense players are sitting in mid. They might be going on to B. And you have 2 defense players sitting on to A.
Very calm on the map right now.
30 seconds left.
If I was playing for either team, I'd be bothered by how quiet it was. I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, I get nervous. But yeah, it looks like that they're gonna sell it into the B site now. At some point here, they're gonna have to make a decision as they're running out of time to get the bomb down.
10
And
Like
seconds
Saverny's
left.
just gonna be lurking on
Saverny's
backside,
Remaining.
getting that first huge pick on the Goaty. Astro
but
able to answer
he
back. They
delayed
don't
enough
have time. Yep, don't have enough time. What a play coming in from defense.
Yeah, great job by the Muskrats there to to stay in their lane. Or, I mean, by the Armada, stay in their lanes, make sure that they didn't oversell to one site, and positional awareness. It was like when I came back to the chair here, but just dead quiet near a pin drop. So I was kind of
Excuses left in the garage and pushed, and there was 3 players he was able to shut down. at the very beginning of the round, and Goody was able to answer back and take down excuses.
But that's a problem with trying to wait to the very last second to sneak in and get a plant down. Is if you get fragged while you're trying to get the plant down, you might run out of time, and that seems to have been what happened in the last round. But now it's a 5-3 match in favor of the Muskrats. Yeah. I will get their names
making
down.
Yeah, I was making sure you were getting the names right.
Yeah, I'm getting I have to do a little tab to see what the players are, but.
Very
yes.
slow.
That's gonna pick up here as Astra is able to pick up a frag on unknown. Now they all start pouring into the A site. Provolone with them coming there.
Spike planted.
Pro really could have turned that round around right there. I mean, he was in a great position. He was in a position to get 3 easy picks. But at the same time, I mean, just that Vandal recoil spray is tough, man. It really is.
Chat is asking what tech points are. The tech points are the points that you accumulate while watching streams. And sometimes they have little events, and you can bet them on your favorite team or think it's gonna win the match. I'm sure that the production's gonna explain or rise what you can actually do with your tech coins, and so it's something that you're definitely gonna want to stick around and watch. And it's gonna be in the future probably some added benefit having a stockpile of tech coins. I currently have 10,000, which I'm sure. But
correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you can save up enough tech coins to earn some merch, correct?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that has been said.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, I mean, it's no matter what, that's betting. If I know that you get bet on. So now at the end of the round, it's in a 5-4 game. We got a Reyna that does have the Empress at her disposal versus a Raze that has her ultimate at her disposal. But
Enemy taken out.
Dips very patiently just waits behind the billboard there, able to pick up the frag with Reyna. Now it's 6-4. I really think it's the pressure here. It's a little bit on the leaning towards the side of the Muskrats here, because 8-4 kind of just less a common score for defensive side of this map. So I think they're going to really start wanting to pick up a couple of rounds, because I've seen many instances 8-4. It has just turned into 13-8 very fast. Up it, they immediately take down the box. Looks like 5 at the bottom of the mid-bomb area. Ray's gonna peel off and head back through to the garage. Try to make their way to begin to do a split push towards B.
Yeah, it's looking like they're gonna have 2 players come to the garage and 2 players coming through mid.
Yeah, and a 4-on-4 situation here, but no, it looks like the Omen's just gonna be on alert. Reyna just walked back to get and goes into the map. Find him. Yeah, stop that.
One enemy remaining.
And just like that, it's now down to a 3-on-1 situation. All on Prod's shoulders. He's top fragging for his team at the moment. Gonna be sneaking up through mid. Gonna fuck.
This has been an absolutely amazing game for excuses. I mean, if you're pro velocity and if you're playing as a Reyna, man, you gotta pick it up, man. I mean, you played your role so well last game. You gotta do it again, dude. You can't be a 1-game wonder. And I don't mean to sound like I'm being toxic or I'm being rude or anything. I hope that's not how this is coming across. But I mean, if you're playing Reyna, man, you got to play your role.
That goes there.
Yeah, as well as Pro Velocity played last game. You know, I
mean, he
I-
dropped 32 kills last game.
yeah, and I mean,
Something like
30
that.
bombs are like a
triggered.
considerable accomplishment in you know, one game of Valorant. So, yeah, I'd really like to start seeing him pick it up here. But it's a, you know, it's a tough map to be a. I mean, they're on the defensive side, but maybe whenever he gets to play a bit more aggressive role on the attacker side, we'll see him, you know, become a little bit more prominent here. But I mean, that also doesn't let Scuffy out of the. I mean, you're playing Raze, they're you want to stop. Start helping.
Off your feet!
And there's the breach. I'm gonna catch the couple of people that really moved into here. Yeah. That was a pretty
Last
random
player
round.
standing.
Down to it. Is down.
Enemy remaining.
He's able
I don't know,
to frag
1v1,
and
I mean-
excuses down to a 1v1 pro velocity. Let's see, you know, if he's able to
See
pick
if-
the frag here.
Yeah, he needs his
30
frag. I mean, he was
seconds
able to get that pick on the Goaty, and he needs to get this last one to close out the round. I mean, he's got bomb down right in front of him. I mean, he knows exactly where he's coming from. He's ready for it. What a pick coming in from Claro. Absolutely needed that. That should boost your ego. That should let you know that, hey, you're better.
Switching
You got
sides.
this. Have faith
Yeah,
in yourself. You gotta be. This is definitely one of those games where you gotta be confident, man. Like, confidence is everything when it comes to this game.
Now, whether by luck or by skill, there, what he did, he took a step forward enough that he got the Lear out past where Arma was gonna have to make a spray transfer to try to take him out. You know, to go from the Lear to him. Oh, so Spike has been forgotten. Early, I know, guys. First game of the season here. We're starting to work the rust off a little bit, but yeah, you know, most circumstances, I think you guys are gonna want to pick up the bomb here. But it's one for each team. You guys are even now. So it looks like again here, another pistol round gonna head the way of the B bomb site. This what a great placement of that grenade.
Yeah, that was an amazing nade coming in from Scuff. What a flick coming in from Pro. He might be able to pick things up coming on in the second half.
Yeah, there you see the power of Reyna. He went immediately to 25 health, all the way back up to 100 with the overkill.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, Goaty was able to steal the flawless away there, but
I
yeah,
mean,
you know,
Utica, they're such an amazing attacking team. Like they got onto site, they were ready, they were able to, you know, get those first couple picks, and they just dashed into site. They were there, they were ready, and I mean, and that's absolutely huge. I mean, especially if you're playing offense, and especially on a map like this, like you don't want to be holding angles. Like I feel like this is one of those maps where you just gotta get in there, you gotta kill people, you gotta shoot things. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I agree.
I mean, and they play offense very well. I mean, they did. I mean, obviously they're up, you know, coming from defense, but they are just a very. I think they're an all around a better attacking team.
Yeah, it's you can see it's the tale of two different teams here, because when Utica tends to move considerably more aggressive than the Armada does on offense. They kind of just, you know, tend to hold that WE in, like whenever they make a decision, they just
One enemy remaining.
send it. We're approaching at the second straight almost round here. Cody, once again, ruins it, and then gets immediately traded out. So there we are. It's 10-4 here. If there's any time, it's right here. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on this high round. A lot of to really stay in this game. They're finding themselves in a situation that they did in the last game against, you know, Muskrats, as they were a bit behind. So let's see if they're able to pick up this 5-round win here and jump back into this one. Now with the guns, it should be a little bit easier
Right
for them.
there.
Yeah, absolutely. This. I mean, now that they're able to buy, I mean, they even played those pistol rounds very well. But I mean, this could go very differently now that both teams are able to buy guns. Cody and Prod able to get those 3 huge picks on the offense. I mean, you need those if you're on defense. But TJN's gonna get that answer back. I mean, this could definitely go either way. I mean, you have a Reyna and an Omen. I mean, that like
One enemy remaining.
if you're pro velocity, you gotta turn up right now. I mean, you gotta be ready to hold those angles. I mean, you just gotta be ready for everything. But it's not looking like you're gonna be able to do it.
And there it is. You know, I really think that was a must-win round for the Armada there, and they were able to go out and get the job done. You know, they get 5 to 10 here, but they just can't let that score get into their heads, which it doesn't seem that it doesn't
There.
seem to be, you know, really affecting them at the time. Because that's just the nature of this match. You know, you're gonna be behind if you're 9 times out of 10. You're gonna play the attacking side first. So it's all about, you know, them, you know, just putting their nose to the grindstone here and just grinding out these next couple of rounds. Full buy on the Muskrats here again. As the entire Muskrats team is moved up into the heaven area that walled off the rotation through the rope. Everybody into the B heaven area.
Yeah, everyone is in B heaven.
Reyna's about to
And
find-
defense is just completely giving it all up. The Prod's able to get that first pick. I mean,
Yeah, the
huge
counterplay.
trades coming in from both teams. But it's looking like offense is going to be able to get away with this.
Yeah, Prod really starting to, you know, pick it up here. Quickly playing around, but let's see if he's able to take out a Raider that has an Empress. I really think that they both need to be sneaking in this heaven area. That, you know, one thing you can't do is start running one after another. See if they both peek at the same time here to try to get rid of Reyna. She's so hard to deal with in that Empress form. Now it's down to
30 seconds left.
Goaty and Scuffy. And Scuffy able to take her out. Really job well done there by the, you know, put Buck down after that Emperor's form was popped and, you know, walk away with a round win there.
Oh boy. I mean, this has just been an amazing first series at the start of season 3. I mean, this has been fun to watch, fun to commentate.
Yeah, it looks like a full-on light buy now for the Muskrat. A couple of Spectres, Sheriff, a couple of gun. I always forget the Stinger. That's it.
Yeah.
Running into a full
But
buy.
don't count them out, man. I mean, a couple of these players are really good with those Spectres and those Stingers.
It has incredible full sprint aim. You know, especially getting at to just
Last player
run and
standing.
head cuts with now. It's up to Scuffy here to keep the round win streak going. You know, it's you know, currently wielding a Phantom, but looks like Saverny was able to pick up a Phantom as well. His counterpart. Just gonna walk
Last
right,
player standing.
find a home and take him out. Now it's you know, it's race versus race situation here.
He was tunnel vision on that bomb. He should have just tapped it and waited and seen where he was pushing from.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a gamble sometimes, you know, whether you want to try to stick it there, but I think if you're going to stick it, you at least want to have your aim, you know, over to that angle and elbow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which he was a little bit off left of, I'm sure if he could go back and do it again, that's what he did, but I think he might have just had, you know, his mind made up that no matter what happens, he was just going to hold that defuse key until it was done. So perhaps that fight wasn't on angle there.
I don't think he was expecting the flank, to be completely honest with you. Severn able to get that ult point, go ahead and grab ult. See if he does something with it this round.
And wow, so Prod was able to take out Zips, and Saverny just trades it out as he tries to get a little greedy and peek around. But as that action happened at B, it looks like, or at the A B-bomb site, the rest of the teams starting to rotate in. All one of them. Not a lot of health to be had split between the two teams. As did they just trade breach ultimates there?
Yeah, they did.
Flash out. It's gonna be an interesting situation.
One enemy remaining.
What a nice flick by
Oh
Savage.
my god, what did you just do? What a bad man. I mean,
Match point.
as soon as that wall was down, he immediately peeked over the health.
Yeah,
He should get out.
granted there wasn't a lot of health to be had, but I'm not gonna take anything away from the flick there because he
Absolutely.
really just zapped over to him. It was like his cursor teleported over to the home and was able to pick
Yeah,
up the frag.
I got like a little bit of lag on man, so it was kind of a little sus to be honest, but wow, I mean what a huge play from Safety.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what you got to do. I mean they're out of rounds to lose here. I mean they got to win out if they want stay in this match. They're selling this one up the mid.
I mean, they're just not letting go of W. They are full sending in B heaven. For Velocity able to get that first pick on Arma. For Velocity get another pick on the Astro.
Here comes the party. Wow. I'm not certain.
I
As
don't
a
understand
Rays
how
main,
Scuffy didn't kill him with the
I'm
ult.
confused.
Down to a 3v3. I mean, this could go either way. I mean, it could either be the end of the series or you could take it into another round.
One enemy
Goose is able to get 2 huge picks on the defense. I mean,
Wow, what
Attackers
a
win.
game! What a game!
Yeah, great showing by
GG,
both
boys.
teams there. Yeah, I think really, like I said, my benchmark for the game here was, as a individual play was going to be excuses here, but there were almost everybody like really showed up there. I like what I see from the two new teams, honestly. And we still got 3 more of them that we're going to see throughout the course of the next couple of weeks, I'm sure. And yeah, great games by both teams here. But ultimately, Utica able to come away with the win there. Excuses and the boys and Pro Velocity. He ended up after we were giving him a little bit of a hard time there at the end of the first half. Ended up walking away with a 16, 14, and 8 kill, death, and assist ratio. So. Saverny, he did really well as well. He walked away here with the best econ rating. That's kind of what you want to see from from your shooters. People playing the duelist roles, doing duelist things. Both teams played very well, though. I like what I'm seeing, and that makes me very excited for just the level of competition that we're going to be seeing from the rest of these new teams. And not to forget, I mean. Just because we got a bunch of new teams here.
I think there's only 2 new teams competing for the league, though. I think altogether there's only 8 teams for the Valorant league. I might be wrong. I might be wrong.
Well, even if that is so, I mean, if it's just these 2 teams, I'm glad to have them aboard into the league. I mean, there's a couple of tough teams they're going to run into that's been around a while. So, especially. We're yet to see, what this season of the Greensburg Guardians are going to look like, or what to see. I know that the Altoona team went through some major roster changes as well.
No thanks to me.
Yeah, interesting to see. I mean, not just one particular player, but I mean, in general. I mean, I know that Fluxy had moved over from the Guardians to the Altoona team, so interested to see how he's going to vibe over there with Joshy and the boys. I mean, I think that it's just going to be an absolutely incredible season altogether, and I can't wait to see what's going to go on here for the rest of it.
Yeah, I mean, what an amazing series. It was a lot of fun to watch. It was a lot of fun to commentate. Ultimately, Utica was able to take down Harrisburg for the very first game of Valorant Season 3. I mean, it was just an amazing series to watch. Me, as a Reyna main, watching those Reyna drop aces, whew, I mean, that got me going. It made me want to go and play Valorant after this. But
Well, you want to go queue up some comp? I mean, I might be joining you on that endeavor there, but
I don't know about that, man. I don't know.
yeah, yeah,
Watching,
then we'll
watching.
jump into it and be like, oh, okay.
I don't know. Watching people play is one thing, but me playing is another. Definitely not what I used to be, but I still have my moments here and there. But yeah, man, it was an absolute blast. I had a lot of fun. Um,
Yeah, so great games to both teams tonight, and I can't wait to see both of them again here. That now that they're going to have their first taste of as a squad of the competition that is going to be put forth to them. They get to go back to the drawing board and maybe come out with a couple new plans, see if they can elaborate. See what they did wrong. And just so you guys know, this VOD does stay up. So if you guys want to go back and watch yourselves perform, I'd highly encourage that. I'll help the VOD get some views, and not only that, maybe learn a little something about yourself. So that's just a resource that I'd like to acknowledge is there for you guys. So, but altogether, great games by both teams, and I had a lot of fun doing it.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, me as a former competitor for the Erie Isles, I played as you guys know. I did play for Erie Isles last season. Definitely going back and watching those VODs definitely helps. So if you guys are still in the stream, I would highly recommend going back and watching the VODs, seeing what you did wrong, seeing what you can improve upon, learning what angles players play, learning what players play what site, so on and so forth. I mean, watching those VODs definitely helps, and learn, and do it as a team, sit there, talk about what you did wrong and try to give each other constructive criticism rather than down each other. And that's something that I highly recommend. It made us improve last season, but I highly recommend going back and watching the VOD, not only for the views, but just learning what you can do better and learning what your mistakes are and what you can do to improve. Use Aim Labs. This is not sponsored by Aim Labs, but I highly recommend using Aim Labs. I promise you, I run Aim Labs every single day, and it has made me a better mouse and keyboard player. I can't not use it every single day. It's like a game that I'm addicted to, but like it's an aim trainer. So once again, not sponsored, but Aim Labs, if you do want to sponsor us, that'd be dope. But anyways, I had a blast, man. I love you, Afu. You my day ones, my A1 since day one. I had a lot of fun casting. And I'm definitely looking forward to doing it again soon. I will not be casting next weekend. You are with Indestructible, I believe. But
Yes,
I will
indeed.
be casting the following game.
Great. Well, hey, I won't see you next week. I'm sure you'll be in the chat, rooting on whomever, or at least causing some mayhem. So I'm sure you won't be far away from the stream. But
I'll
Seth,
just come into the chat to roast you.
all right. Well, if we don't have anything from the production team, Seth, you got anything else for chat here?
No, nothing else. This has been a great night here. First week of Valorant. You guys did a fantastic job. Chat, appreciate everyone's support and rooting on your favorite teams. Even if you're not on one of these teams, just sitting here and watching some Valorant. That's what it's all about, and supporting us and supporting the casters and all of us here. So hope you guys liked the production today. It's getting better and better. Hopefully you noticed throughout the week. In week 2, we're going to be starting out with some fire stuff as well. So Coop here next to me. Shout out to Coop running the stream here. Not only with the Valorant, but all the effects and stuff like that. Brian was moderating some of the chat to keep it all family friendly, and of course I was here to do some player spotlights. So appreciate everybody, appreciate the casters, appreciate everybody watching. We'll be back tomorrow with Rainbow Six Siege, Xbox and PC. So we'll see you guys there. Shout out to everybody in the esport company. So if you guys don't know, if you're new, you're still watching, esportcompany.com/apply. We'll post the links here. But let's raid somebody in the community. Coop, did you find somebody that we can raid tonight? Let's see if we got somebody here. Looks like stick around for the raid, everybody. And we
You could actually one of the Greensburg Guardians is currently streaming his match against Altoona.
So Greensburg's currently streaming a match against Altoona right now.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what their name is?
I posted it in chat.
Posted in chat there. That's his Twitch right there. All right, we'll raid him. Again, appreciate everybody. Tune in a week number 1 of Valorant. We got a lot of stuff going on here at the TECleagues and some pretty cool announcements as well. For some new players, now that the season's starting, maybe wondering, like, how do I get on a team? The season's starting. Well, we have a unique thing that we are going to be announcing very soon about new players and during the off season as well. It's going to be pretty exciting. So nobody knows about it but myself and the guys here. So we're making that announcement to everybody in the community here probably within weeks. So, alrighty, I think we're ready to raid. We'll go raid them. Looks like another matchup here in the league. So stop in, say what's up, show some support, and then go on with about your day. So, alrighty, appreciate everybody tuning in here again tomorrow. See you there, Rainbow Six Siege.
Good games.
GG's, boys.
So since we're actually officially over to Zarkis' channel, I'm just gonna imagine that we're good.
Yeah, I'd assume so. Seth, you still there? I guess not.
I didn't realize he had it muted. Yeah, we're good, guys. Sorry.
All right.
Okay, that was